FCS parents, hope you guys have had a great week. Listen, thank you to all of you that came out to the beach last Friday. It was a fantastic day. Had a great time. I hope all of you did as well. Everything was great, from just the hanging out and socializing to the sandcastle competition to the weather. The weather was greatly cooperated. It wasn't too windy, a little overcast in the morning, then the sun broke through and it was glorious. So hope everybody had as much fun as I did. Congratulations to the K1-2 group that won the sandcastle competition. More appropriately to the parents that did most of the work on that sandcastle competition. Listen, we had more parent participation across the board in all the classes than I think I've ever seen, and that's great. The goal is just to have fun out there. It's not a real serious competition. Yes, we've got a bucket that goes to the class that, won the sandcastle competition, but it's still all in fun. And listen, the high school students really wanted to win. They were a little disappointed they did not, but they understood. They were good sports about it, and I think everybody had a great time. I hope you guys had a good time as well. But more importantly, I hope you guys had a chance to make connections, because that's what it was about. And I did see connections taking place. I saw you as parents talking to other parents, meeting other parents, exchanging information with other parents. And that is the purpose of this trip: socialization, getting to know one another. That's why Pastor Jason, in the first year of this school, started the beach field trip to begin with, and why we've done it every year since, because these connections are important between parents, between students, between parents and staff, all sorts of connections. We get to see each other in a slightly different light, different than we do on a normal school day, and that's great. I saw that taking place. We serve a relational God. He created us as relational beings, and so fellowship is a huge part of what we want to do, and Friday was a great example of how fellowship should happen. So thank you to everyone that came out on Friday. And we've got lots of other things planned as well. We are less than 2 weeks away from the middle school and high school retreat. We have our list of students at this point. However, some of those students are still missing some documentation, either the permission slip or the liability form. Parents, make sure you get those in immediately, like yesterday. We have our list, which we turned into Mount Gilead, but we need to make sure we have all of our ducks in a row. We have all that documentation in place. So parents, if you have not gotten that, or if you receive a message from us that we need that, please get it to us immediately. At the end of the month, we've got Color Run coming up. You'll start to receive more information about that in the next week or so. And then we've got lots of other things planned, including lots of field trips. We didn't have a staff meeting this week because we were off on Monday, but 2 weeks ago when we had staff meeting, I know there were a lot of teachers planning a lot of things coming up, including a lot of field trips. For example, K1-2, they're actually talking about bringing some people into the school to do some demonstrations with the kids. I know Mr. Nodine is planning a field trip for 5th grade through 8th grade to go to Oracle Park. They've got, where the San Francisco Giants play, they've got this geometry thing that they've got going on. So kids learn about geometry by being in a baseball stadium. So it's actually pretty cool. I know there are various things for middle school and high school as well. In fact, for high school, I'm actually teaching a digital media class to high school students right now. They're going to be learning how to shoot video on sophisticated rigs such as this one. But I just talked to the owner of Dragon Roll Media yesterday. His name's Darren. They are a Christian production company out of Vacaville. They've got a studio over in Vacaville. We'll be taking a field trip over there. They've got I think this equipment is fancy. They've got really fancy equipment. I said the kids can play with all the equipment. We'll be able to see how it is that they go through a production, and we'll be doing lots of things. And we do this not just so the kids will learn media production. We're doing this so that they can learn it for ministry purposes. Darren over at Dragon Roll Media, he told me yesterday almost everybody on their team started learning this stuff at church. They started learning at church, and then they turned it into a profession. Now, not everybody's going to turn this type of stuff into a profession, but churches need videos. Churches need things produced. By learning these types of skills, kids are going to be able to take this into the marketplace if they want to turn this into their profession, but they'll also be able to take this back to their church and hopefully enhance the ministry that's taking place there. Everything we do, we want to glorify God. So that's kind of the goal in everything we do. We want to not just use it for our own purposes, but how can I learn this? How can I do this to glorify God and maybe serve other people as well? All right, so again, we've got lots of things coming up. I hope you guys stay informed with everything. As always, if you have any questions, contact us in the office. Be sure to check your emails. Be sure to check the school website, the school app. We'll send out those newsletters every week. Be aware that some information will not come from us in the office, especially for specific grade levels or specific class groups. For example, if Mr. Nodine is doing that field trip for grades 5 through 8, you might get some information directly from him, not necessarily from me or the office. So keep your eyes open, keep your ears open. And again, any questions, contact us in the office. We're more than happy to answer any questions you might have. All right, it was good to see you guys last Friday. Hopefully, we've got some stuff going on. We'll see you guys real soon again. Hope you guys have a great weekend. God bless.